Today, we are taking a very big step in this new apartment of ours. It's something that I have been fantasizing about for months, ever since we moved in, and that is to paint a big black accent wall. As a lover of dark decor, I have been really jonesing for doing a black statement wall for a long time. And now my boyfriend Kobe and I are gonna do it. We're gonna whip out those paintbrushes and paint this wall behind me black. So if you've ever flirted with the idea of doing a big accent wall, but you've been a little scared to do it, which I totally understand because I've been that way for years, you're gonna wanna watch this video because I'm gonna show you how our whole process goes down. And in true Moda Misfit fashion, I will be sharing my tips along the way. And if you're new to this channel, my name is Steffi and I'm the creator of the interior style blog, Moda Misfit, as well as the online course, Small Apartment Styling School, and you're watching Living Pretty, the place for apartment styling tips. So, let's start painting. So we have moved the furniture away from the wall and we are starting with, of course, primer.
So now,
Okay.
bring it up to the wall and just place it there. And then it'll glide at first because there's a lot of paint on there. And you'll find you just like skid hydroplane over that and bring it down low, spread it around. Yeah. And you just, like you're doing, don't go too fast, remember, it'll splatter if you do.
So we have made some major progress on the primer, and I want to share a quick little tip that comes courtesy of Kobe. He got these little tiny roller guys and they have these long handles and they're very good for getting really up there against the edge. We'll still have to use a paintbrush or sponges to really get up against the edge, but this just gets a good amount of the grunt work done. And also it's nice and small and easier to wield than the big rollers. So I just personally kind of like using this. So it is actually the next day because in retrospect, it was a little silly of us to expect that we could prime this big ass wall and also paint it with a coat or two. So after finishing priming this wall yesterday, we decided to call it a day because we were exhausted. So now we are approaching it with fresh, rested minds and we're gonna start painting it black. To be honest, I am quite nervous. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm doing something dangerous and a little bit naughty because this is an apartment. We did get permission from the building. You're in this building, you're allowed to paint as long as you paint it back or just you're okay with taking a hit on your deposit when you move out. But still, it feels a little naughty and I find this exhilarating. And I'm also nervous because like, what if it doesn't look good? What if it's the wrong shade of black? You know, all these thoughts are racing through my head, but overall it is quite exciting. This is probably the most daring thing I've ever done in my extremely safe goody two-shoes life. I hope this doesn't have too much blue.
Paint dries a different color than what it looks like.
Oh, okay, good point.
Want to taste? Okay, here it comes.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Okay, I'm so excited.
Get that nice.
All right. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is supposed to be a heart.
It's like a rock and roll heart.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like,
Swinging heart.
yeah.
Nice.
Now that looks like a fun little Pokemon. I think we name it Paint-A-Chew. Paint-A-Chew, I choose you. No, don't kill Paint-A-Chew.
He'll be in there somewhere. He'll be like spread around the whole.
He'll be hiding underneath the paint. Only we know that he's there.
If anything strange happens, like the walls start breathing.
We know it's Paint-A-Chew. So the black paint is officially underway, as you can see. And I think that this shade of black is looking quite good. I was a little worried when we opened the can that it had too much blue in it, but Kobe reassured me that how it looks in the can is not how it's gonna look on the wall, which is very true. I'm clearly very new at this. I mean, I've always lived in apartments where I never painted the walls, you know? It's kind of more of a homeowner kind of thing, you know? So I'm very new to this. So I have a lot of basic stuff that I'm learning. I also wanted to share real quick how we came to choose this color. It's daunting how many paint colors there are and how many different shades of black there are. It is very overwhelming. So how did we choose this one, which is called Tricorn Black? So we actually just went on Lowe's website and looked through a bunch of the different shades of black that they had on there. One thing that's cool about Lowe's website is they do a little mock-up of the paint color. So if you choose like Tricorn Black, you can see a little mock-up photo of it and then compare it to other shades of black. It just was a good way to at least eliminate the shades of black that had too much blue, had too much purple, had too much green, you know? So if you're thinking about painting your walls, I found that Lowe's website was really helpful. Hashtag not sponsored by Lowe's. But yeah, it was quite helpful. So that's how we chose Tricorn Black. Here's another painting tip for you, and this one is more along the lines of how to make the very arduous task of painting a wall actually feel more fun and uplifting. and that is to create a playlist to listen to while you're painting. So what Kobe and I did, because we're a couple of music nerds who also get a kick out of playing with words, is we made a Spotify playlist filled with really good songs that simply have the word black in them or the word dark. Just kind of a silly, nerdy thing that we did, but here's the thing, it's a really good playlist. It has Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, I bet you can guess which Rolling Stones song is on that one, Santana, Metallica, what else? Soundgarden. I'm gonna link this playlist in the description below in case you are curious about what our personal painting playlist was. I do have to say it is a mix of really good rock and roll songs, so check it out in the description below. So it is 8 o'clock and we are in the home stretch after a full afternoon of painting. I'm taking a little brandy break and Kobe is getting some of the higher up, harder to reach places. We've done a portion of the wall with the second coat. As you can see, we have some more to do right there, but we are so close. My goodness. I do want to talk about one piece of advice that I can offer, despite my lack of painting experience. What I do have experience in is establishing what your style is, and choosing to paint an accent wall is a big style statement. So if you have considered doing an accent wall, but you're not really sure what color paint you would use, or maybe if you would do wallpaper, then here's my sort of Moda Misfit advice for that. First of all, as usual, step one is ask yourself, how do you want your space to make you feel? I've talked about this in many videos, but through the lens of choosing a paint color or a pattern for an accent wall, ask yourself, how do I want my space to make me feel? And then think about the colors that you associate with those emotions. So for example, I want my space to make me feel creative and a little dark and moody. I want my space to make me feel a little rock and roll. And so my answer to that question really lends itself quite obviously to a black statement wall. So think about how you would answer that question. And then of course there's the tried and true, go through Pinterest, go through Instagram, see what other people are doing with their statement walls and see what you click with, see what excites you and gives you that sparkly feeling. Don't underestimate the power of finding visual inspiration in others. And then do your own little twist on it. And if you're really in the dark about what your own personal interior style is, then I recommend a pretty solid Moda Misfit video binge. Oh, Hilo is assaulting the camera. She's ready for her close-up. But yes, a Moda Misfit video binge would definitely help. These videos in particular are all about figuring out your personal style. And then of course, my free workshop, which you can watch on demand anytime. I will link to it below. It's called Decorate Your Dream Apartment Without Spending Money on the Wrong Decor for You. That's an hour-long workshop where I talk about figuring out your personal style and how to find decor that actually really aligns with you as a person. So I will link to that below. All right, well, I am going to finish my brandy, cuddle with Hilo, and I guess just sit here and watch Kobe get all those hard to reach places. We did it! We finally have our black statement wall, which technically extends around this corner. I've done some preliminary shelf styling here, which will likely evolve, but we are very pleased with the result. As you can see, it's not perfectly smooth, but we're okay with that because honestly, I kind of like that there's a little bit of a texture. We're just gonna call it intentional texture. But if it really starts to bug us, we can always go back and add another coat. Stay tuned for an upcoming video, probably the next video, where I will walk you through my whole shelf styling process. So stay tuned for that. And remember, your apartment is destined to be pretty and you are pretty powerful.